Podcast question. Got any tips for managing expectations and making sure you keep it in your comfort zone when you start racing?
Toodaloo. Go Jet.
Got a little cut off, but he was almost there.
Toodaloo, go Jet. Nice. I like that.
He's got the shirt on.
Shout
and
out.
everything. Yep.
Shout out. Managing expectations. Yes. Great. So yeah, the way you not should be thinking, but the way that like I would recommend thinking is that the expectations are typically like end results, thinking of what the end result will be. And you shouldn't be really thinking about what the end result will be. I think that's incorrect. So if somebody's telling you to set a goal based on a specific number or result, I don't know if that's a smart way of doing it. I think really creating a plan on how you're going to execute the process and having maybe a more broad vision. Your expectation or your goal could be to ride to your full ability. Your expectation or goal could be to like ride so that you impress a bunch of people, or to just have fun, or whatever it is. And then you create a really specific process that you follow, and then that the expectation, the end result will happen and it will be good. If you go, oh, I need to get 10th place in this race. I need to get 10th place in this race. That's not, from my experience, that's not a good way to go race a dirt bike. Do you do that?
Yeah. I mean, like every time I go race, it'll just be, or whatever, I'll just say to myself, like, I'm going to do my very best. And that's all I can really do at that point. Yeah, there are things inside of that. Once I establish that I'm going to do my very best, then I go to create the game plan for the day, because that shows effort, right? But yeah,
and then the end result just happens. So you shouldn't really have expectations that you are you shouldn't really have, right?
No, you're right. I don't.
Cam?
I agree.
You wouldn't believe how much I don't have to add.
Okay.
You guys got to take this one.
So when you go to Mini-O's this year to race Amateur Day,
Daytona.
What's your plan? What's your thought process before the gate drops? What are you thinking in your head?
Oh, well, do you remember that one conversation we had when I did race? I had two classes, 85C and Super Mini.
Yeah.
And Super Mini was my fun class, and I always did better. I think I always ride better when right now, like today, I rode way better today than I did yesterday at Jolly's. And I rode better today because all I thought about was technique. Yesterday, for some reason, I was thinking about other things. I was thinking about like filming and catching you and like messing around with my buddies.
Well,
like,
that's just distraction.
No, but what I'm saying is like, if I could achieve that, if I were to go race and I could achieve like, this is so cliche, but ride your race mentality, yeah, I'd probably.
So what
I'd probably do great.
Would you have any steps, you think?
If I just go and ride? No, I don't know. I haven't raced in 10 years. What the frick do I know about racing? I have no idea. I'd go to Chick-fil-A hopefully in the morning, Starbucks maybe. Start there, start simple, start consistent. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just create a game plan. Just stay in the moment.
Just got to go ride.
Would be good advice. What was the question?
I think maybe
managing expectations. Expectations is really just a form of anxiety for no reason. I don't think you should have expectations. I think that's
yeah, but how do you not have expectations? You have expectations. Last Supercross season, you were like, "Oh, I don't have expectations." You're like, "I really want to make a main."
Well, that's a goal.
Yeah.
That's him saying, "I want."
It was a little different. Yeah.
But if you didn't make a main, you would have been very not satisfied.
I didn't even like when I'd go to the LCQ and it was like top 4, dude. You got to get top 4. In my head, I was like, I don't like that thinking. I don't like that.
Yeah, right.
Because that's expectation. I don't like that.
You almost did it on that 125 though.
Almost did.
You almost. You got 4th place in the start on the 125.
Well, I came into the first turn in like dead last, and then I
Yeah, and
somehow
then just dude, the audio. Do you remember the audio?
No.
You get like all the bikes stop.
oh yeah,
And you're up from the outside. You're like, yeah. It's just like God is freaking inside everybody.
dude, he has a shot of me at Gillette coming
It was
around
unbelievable.
the first turn in the LCQ on the 125. I'm in the way outside. I kind of like let everybody go, and was it mic'd up audio?
No, I
Or
think
was
you
it
could
just-
it just rattled the state because
All of the bikes went
bike was
quiet
running.
because everybody let
Yeah.
off, and I looked to my left and I saw a pocket of like nobody, and I just went on the freaking 125.
I remember
right through the
seeing
hole.
this video.
Came out fourth, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, we're in, we're doing it. And then halfway through the race, you stopped
Got
riding.
so tired. Yeah. Yeah. Had I had a preseason, that's why like you don't need expectations, right? Because even though my riding wasn't at a high level this last year, it was at a high enough level to where if fitness and preparation was there, it would have been you know, easy main events. But it's like you have to have all the pieces of the puzzle. And then don't have an expectation. You're going to have an expectation if you think about it, and then you just control your thought into like, okay, well, listen, I'm prepared. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on the start. And once the start happens, I'm going to do this, this, and this technique wise. And then the end result will happen in the future. And I'm not going to worry about that.
No, see, okay, we're almost there. You're going to have an expectation. You can't go in with no expectations. You just need to have the right expectation. The expectation should not be the result in the race, right?
Okay. So what's the, so then
For me, honestly, I bet you I'd race really well if my expectation was I'm going to keep my feet on the whole time.
right. So you can anchor yourself with one
Right.
thing like that, and that can be the expectation. And that's a good expectation to have.
Right. Just set
Because
the
that's
expectation,
an
not at the
easy,
result. Yeah.
realistic thing that you can create a process to then obtain.
What's more basic than keeping your feet on the pegs?
Well, you could just create you can pick the lines in your head that you're going to hit in each section and just tell yourself that you're going to execute and stick to that game plan.
Why does
and
that
ride those
seem
lines.
way more complicated than keeping your feet on?
Well, feet on is a basic one.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking because remember when you started training at club last year, your expectation was to do all the laps. That was it. That was the most basic form. Make every lap.
Yes.
That's more basic than keeping your feet
Didn't
on.
complete that, but almost did.
Almost. You tried. It was a good.
And I tell you what, I did a lot more laps, a heck of a lot more laps than I would have if my expectation was keep up with these guys.
Oh yeah,
Because then I would have been so exhausted that I would have been doing half of the laps that I actually did. And so instead, my expectation was, AJ, just stay out there no matter what. I know you're out of shape. I know I'm doubling jumps and rolling the whoops at this point, and I'm getting lapped by guys that I should be beating, but just stay out there.
dude, we're a bunch of geniuses. We just unlocked it. We unlocked the managing expectations question.
Yeah.
We did it, guys. Set the right ones.
Yep, we made it. Things are different now.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this clip and you want to watch full episodes of the podcast and send in video questions of your own, head over to club.themotoacademy.com.